Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Absolutely Podcast, the podcast specifically designed to help women defeat diet culture and live their dream healthy lifestyle. Today's episode, I'm going to be talking about all of my fitness favorites because I am always getting asked, like, what my favorite supplements are, workout clothes, shoes, all the things. And I thought, might as well just comprise that into a podcast episode and deep dive into all of my favorites, why I like them, pros and cons, all the things. So, this is going to be like your ultimate fitness favorite guide because let me tell you, I have spent money on things that suck and that are totally not worth the money. So, all of these things today, I deem totally worth the money. As we know in the fitness industry, there are a lot of things that are gimmicks and maybe are a little bit on like the scam side of things. So I'm going to be sharing with you like the things that you should totally buy if you are in your fitness journey and you want to invest more in your health that are actually worth the money and you're not going to just be wasting your money on these things. I'll go over like what things to splurge more on, what things to not splurge more on, but I will say that all the things I have on this list are tried and true for me. Like I have tried so many things and these are the best of the best. So I'm really excited to go over everything today. Everything will be linked in the podcast description, as well as my Amazon storefront, which will be in the description as well. So if it's not on Amazon, I'll do individual links, but if it is on Amazon, it'll all be in the Amazon storefront under my fitness favorites list on there. So without further ado, I'm going to actually jump into my cut update. Basically, I'm going through a fat loss phase right now, so I'm going to be doing a little cut update for you. And then we'll be doing the favorites. I know a lot of you are invested on my calorie deficit journey and how that is going for me. So for all of you that are not caught up to the latest or just didn't know I was in a fat loss phase, right now I am in an 8-week fat loss phase. I started around 7 weeks ago. So we have definitely been in it. We are in the thick of being in a calorie deficit phase. And let me tell you, I am definitely feeling it. I'm feeling the results, but also feeling like, yeah, I definitely have been in a deficit now for a hot sec. So as far as results go, we have seen a new low weigh-in since the last time that we chatted. Thank God. I thought that this low weigh-in was never going to happen. And my body, we've talked about in prior episodes, is just like kind of a slow responder when it comes to the scale. Like I might be seeing great progress in my pictures, in my clothes, just how I'm feeling in my body. But the scale is just something that takes a long time to catch up to me. So I'm super happy I hopped on the scale today and we were at 145.6. Which was a little bit more than a pound down from my last weigh-in or low weigh-in, which was great. And what I'm shooting for is between half a pound to a pound per week of fat loss. So we're at the lower end of that. I would like to see a little bit more, but I'll be totally raw and real with you all. I have not been super adherent the past few weeks. I went to Stagecoach and that was just hard, obviously, to be in a deficit, nor should like anyone try to be in a deficit when they're at a music festival. It's going to be really hard. So I was kind of not adherent, super adherent then. And then the past few weeks, I've kind of had a little bit more social things, which I've tried my best to track, but I just know myself and I know that there's going to be variance when you go out to eat, when you are out drinking with friends. Like it's going to be hard to be completely exact. So I would say I'm more so like 85% adherent, which is great. I actually shoot for like 80 to 90% adherence, and that's what I shoot for my clients as well. But for myself, I know I get like the best results when I'm like 90% plus, and that's what I was the first 4 weeks. So that is kind of that little bit on the lower end of the progress range, which I want to see more. It could also be because my body is just kind of adapting down to that deficit. When you are in a deficit for a long time, your body starts to adapt to the calories that you're at. It's a very normal thing to happen. So that's probably also playing a role. But I will admit, like I have had some more like bites, licks, and tastes of things and been a little bit more loose on my calories, which reflects on the results. When you're putting in 80% result or 80% of your effort, you're going to get 80% results. And that's just something to expect. So my expectations were there, still making progress though, and not restricting myself or anything. And honestly, like that's what I needed for those days. Like I think that stressing myself out by hitting my macros perfectly would have done more harm than good. So that is the approach I like to take to fat loss. It's like, hey, we're in this for the long haul. We're not here to lose 10 pounds in a week or anything, but seeing good progress on the scale and my photos. I'm going to post a whole cut update as well on my Instagram. So if you want to see progress pictures and stuff and a little bit more detail over there, you can. But I plan to do the deficit for a few more weeks. I'm going to Mexico on Wednesday. So when you're listening to this episode, if you listen to it on time on Friday, I'm going to be in Cabo, which will be so fun. So I'm planning on going to Cabo, and then the weekend after, I actually have a bachelorette party, which I'm so excited for. A lot of fitness gals and stuff will be there since it's one of my fellow fitness coach friends that is getting married in the fall. So that will be so fun. But her bachelorette party is right here in my hometown, Phoenix. I don't know why I said it like that in a country accent, but it'll be in my hometown, and it'll be super fun to do that. So I just already know, like, Mexico, I'm not going to be super adherent. Obviously, I'm not going to like try to like track or hit my macros or anything while in Mexico. Same thing with the bachelorette. I'm just going to be breezy and whatever, like be mindful with my food, my nutrition, try to get as many workouts in as I can when I'm in Mexico, steps, water, the basics, and not going to do too much damage. I already know myself, and I've built so many good habits when it comes to my fitness journey. I probably will make a little bit of progress, but not as much as I can be when I'm 1000% in routine. So once the bachelorette party is over, I plan to hit it hard for like another 2 to 3 weeks, and then I'm going to reverse diet out. So that is the game plan for now. It can always change. It can adapt, thrive, grow, whatever, but that is what I'm planning on doing as far as the deficit goes. And that is where I'm at. So started at 151 on the scale, now at 145.6. So yeah, we're definitely right in that half a pound to a pound per week, which I am happy about and consider that a win. So that was my whole cut update. Now let's go into fitness favorites. So I have tried all the things. I have tried things that have sucked. I've tried things that I fall in love with. And that's what you're going to get on this podcast. These are only things I absolutely love. And if I influence you to buy even just one thing, please feel free to send me a DM. And you're also supporting me if you buy through my Amazon storefront. So I would love that. I'll commission. But as far as things go, I divided up into categories. So supplements, clothes, gadgets, apps, and shoes. I don't know why I stuttered on that, but clothes, gadgets, apps, and shoes. So those are going to be the 5 categories I talk about today. If I go over everything and you're like, Abby, I really wish you would have talked about something else or like have another category, DM me and I will create another podcast all about my favorites. Because when I was writing all these out, I'm like, this is going to be a fun podcast. It brings me back, honestly, to OG YouTube days when the YouTube girlies would come on and talk about their favorites for the month. And obviously, these are like my tried and true favorites. These aren't just like my favorites of the month or anything like that. So we are sticking to these, honestly, for a while. Okay, let's start out with the first one, supplements. The number one thing I get asked recommendations about, like, what should I have, is protein powder. And when it comes to protein, I try not to rely on protein powder as my main source of protein, nor should you. I find that clients and myself digest protein the best when it's like 1 to 2 times per day max. When we're having protein powder many times per day, you're probably going to suffer some digestion issues. So we only want to be having protein powder like 1 time a day. But when I do have protein powder, I am typically having the brand P Science. I really like this brand. I have found that the consistency, especially with the cake pop flavor in particular, is phenomenal. That's what I use in all of my Ninja Creamies. That is what I use in my protein oatmeal, protein pancakes. I just find the cake pop flavor from P Science the absolute best. I have tried other flavors. I've tried the chocolate one, strawberry one, snickerdoodle one, like a lot of the other flavors. Cake pop for me is the best. It is a whey-based protein. So if you do have stomach issues from like lactose, they do have vegan options as well, which I will be honest, I have not tried the vegan options because I have fallen in love with the cake pop one. I put that in my Amazon storefront though, if you want to know like the exact one. And it literally, I just ordered it from Amazon actually to my apartment because I have probably bought 30 tubs of this. I'm not even exaggerating. But it arrived to my apartment in 2 days. I was like, that is such a slay. But they have vegan versions as well that I've heard are really good. So that is that. I also get asked a lot about protein bars, and I am just not the girl to ask about protein bars. Like, go to a different channel for that. Go to a different influencer, whatever you want to call me. I'm allergic to nuts. And when I tell you there isn't a protein bar that is high protein, good macros, that also doesn't have nuts in it. It doesn't exist. If you have one, if you have a nut allergy, or if you know one that doesn't have nuts in it, please let me know. But either they say may contain nuts, which it's like, oh, do I want to like Russian roulette with this protein bar? Not really. So I don't really know the best protein bars. When I have had protein bars in the past, because there was a lot of ones that originally didn't have nuts in them that incorporated it in. I don't know if it's like a money thing, like it's lower cost and like not to separate allergen facilities or whatever. It's honestly just really sad. But I really loved the one bars when I could have protein bars when they didn't have nuts in them. They probably did. They just were like scamming people. I gotta take a sip of my water. And then I really loved Built Bars too. And those also now have nuts in them. So fun for me, but I really liked those two when I could have protein bars. But I know a lot of people love the Go Macro bars, like the like Quest bars, obviously, those ones. But I'm not going to speak to protein bars because I haven't tried them and they're not on my favorites list. So let's move on to the next thing. So Element packets are my next fave. They are the best hydration packet. This is in my Amazon storefront. I have one of these every single day, religiously. Rain, sunshine, sweat, hangover, not hangover. I have them every single day and I am absolutely obsessed with them. Particularly the citrus salt and the grapefruit salt ones are my absolute favorites. They are so yummy. I literally slurp them down. I swear it helps me to get my gallon in because I will fill up my Simple Modern. I'm going to pull it up on the podcast if you're listening or if you're watching. But I filled my Simple Modern water bottle with a ton of ice and a lot of water, and I put that Element packet in there, and it just tastes so good. I slurp it down so quickly. It is phenomenal, and it keeps you super hydrated because what I find with a lot of women is that they are drinking a lot of water, but they're actually not feeling hydrated because their electrolyte balance is off. So this will really help with balancing your electrolyte balance because it adds sodium to your diet. And I think it has like 1 gram of sodium in it. So kind of a lot, and you should not be scared of sodium. When you're working out, if you're sweating, if you are weightlifting at all, like you need sodium for your body's recovery. It is so important. I felt such a difference when I started taking the Element packets daily. It was a world of a difference. I wasn't getting as many muscle cramps. I wasn't getting as sore. I had less headaches. I feel super hydrated. When I moved here to Arizona 2 years ago, I was taking Element packets, but not like super religiously. I started taking them every single day and my headaches went away. I remember like getting heat exhaustion a lot when I first moved here and just like not feeling great. Sometimes I'll even have 2 packets because I need that sodium rebalance in my body. So totally love Element packets. That is one thing that I am subscribed to. I'm not subscribed to anything else but the Element packet. So that's saying a lot. Next supplement that I'm obsessed with is magnesium glycinate. Most women are deprived when it comes to magnesium, and magnesium just solves everything. Like if a client has an issue with menstrual cramps, magnesium. They have an issue with soreness, magnesium. Sleep, magnesium. Like I love popping a magnesium pill, okay? I take 4 of the magnesium glycinates that I linked in my storefront a night, and it helps me sleep so much better. I have an Oura ring, and I'll talk about that here in a little bit, but when I don't take my magnesium, I actually notice I sleep a lot worse, and my Oura ring shows that I sleep worse. So magnesium glycinate helps me sleep so much better. It relaxes my muscles, and I also have gotten way less period cramps when I do take magnesium glycinate, feel less anxiety, so many things. I literally like could be a spokesperson for magnesium glycinate. I am a total believer. The only time you don't want to have magnesium glycinate is if you are on high blood pressure medication. That's the only known one. I'm not a doctor, obviously, but that's the only interaction. So if you do take that, you want to be careful with magnesium glycinate and ask your doctor, as with any supplements, but especially with that. The next thing that I love are apple cider vinegar pills. And I know like there's a lot of gimmicky things when it comes to apple cider vinegar, but for me, I definitely tell a difference with it just balancing out like my whole body's just like pH and also digestion. I really love taking the apple cider vinegar capsules that I put in my storefront specifically because you're not like having to chug a shot of apple cider vinegar. Like, that is not it. I have definitely been that girly in the past, and it's just not worth it. Your tooth and animal can get messed up with that as well. So I really like taking the apple cider vinegar pills, and I 1000% notice a difference with my blood sugar when I take apple cider vinegar pills versus when I don't. I don't get hungry, super hungry, like in between meals. And I also just notice like my gut health is better, and just like overall pH with everything, if you know what I mean, is better with when you take apple cider vinegar pills. So those are the supplements. I know, like, pretty short and sweet on that list, but I literally just wanted to share with you all like the best of the best. Like, those are the things I've been purchasing now for years. And if I had a graveyard of all of the tubs and stuff that I have from those products, it would literally fill up this entire office. I swear to you. Okay, let's talk about workout clothes, and then we'll go into shoes, and then we'll do like the gadgety side of things. Okay, it's just a fun episode. I love it. So clothes-wise, I love Vitality so much. When they were called Balance Athletica, I bought so much stuff from them, and I still to this day wear it. It is great quality, super flattering. It's super good for like tall girls as well. If you are taller, it fits my torso really well. The leggings in particular, the cloud leggings, oh my gosh, literally chef's kiss. I will not wear another legging. Like, they are so flattering. They like hold you in, suck your tummy in, and are just really, really good, high quality workout clothes. I have a ton of sports bras there, a ton of matching sets. I am a girl that really likes to invest in her workout pieces. I really haven't bought workout clothes in like a year now because I just bought a ton of nice pieces that I wear over and over and over again. They fit well. I feel confident in them. They wash well, and they haven't worn out or anything. And Vitality is a really, really great brand for that. I would say pricing, it's a little bit not expensive, but it's definitely lower than Lululemon, but I wouldn't say it's like cheap either. So it's definitely in like that upper higher end price range, but totally worth it in my opinion. I also really love Alphalete. I used to be like a big like Gymshark girly and stuff, and I'm not really like a big fan anymore. And honestly, like, I found things that fit my body a lot better. So I'm a really big fan of Alphalete. I really love their flared leggings, a lot of their sports bras, a lot of their biker shorts. Like, they have really good quality as well. So totally recommend Alphalete as well. Aloe yoga, I love for just like lounging around things. I will say the leggings are a little bit like camel toe central, and I sometimes get a little bit self-conscious wearing those. And I don't even really struggle with that with anything else. I think it's just like specifically aloe leggings. TMI, but that's just the truth. But I really love the tank tops. So I will buy a ton of aloe tank tops that I'll have built-in bras. Yes, you like can't like run a marathon in them if you have bigger boobs, but you can like go on like a hot girl walk and stuff. So I have a ton of like workout tank tops from Aloe Yoga, and then I'll usually wear like a pair of Vitality or Lululemon leggings on the bottom. So I really like Aloe though, because it is trendy, it's cute, and the quality is really good. So a lot of the pieces that I have had from Aloe that I've invested in are still kicking and going, and I wear them literally all of the time. Lululemon is obviously a staple, and you just can't beat their black leggings and the Align style. Like, they're the best. I really love them. I've had some of those since literally like freshman year of college, and I'm now 26. So they're going strong 7 years now, and they're still in my closet. I still wear them all the time. So totally recommend investing in your workout clothes, because I feel like when you wear workout clothes that fit you really well, that you feel really good in, that you know you invested in, you actually go to the gym more. So that is girl math right there. As far as like lower cost, because I know that those brands are a little bit more on like the higher end side of things, which I do recommend buying a few simple things, wearing them out till they die. But I really like Halara recently, especially for workout dresses. Something about like a workout dress just makes me feel just like fancy. I love wearing a workout dress. I put it on and immediately feel like $1,000,000. I feel super confident. I love doing walks, incline walks, going and even just doing like a light upper body day with my workout dress on. So Halara has really good affordable ones. I think my dresses from there were like maybe $30. Actually, they could have been less than that. So definitely very affordable, especially compared to like a Lulu dress, Aloe dress, those things. So those are my clothes recommendations and my athletic wear. Shoes wise, the absolute best shoe is Hoka's. I'm just going to say I have tried all the shoes, APLs, Nikes, Adidas, all the things. Hoka's are the best for walking. You don't even know that you have shoes on when you have Hoka's on. I have never had my feet hurt with Hoka's on. they're the best. There are styles that are more fashionable than others, but I would just pick one that is specifically made for like walking or running. Typically when I'm doing workouts, like I'm doing an incline walk, even like going to Zumba, doing some sort of like cardio, stuff like that, the shoes have all been perfect. I have a few different styles as well from Hoka, and I've loved all of them. So you really can't go wrong with them. I would just make sure that they are made for like walking or running. I know they have some like hiking shoes and stuff, so you obviously don't want to accidentally buy those. So that is my favorite walking shoe. Literally the best. My black pair of Hokas, though, I've worn literally into the ground. I did my 75 hard in my Hokas, and my feet never hurt. But I have torn a decently sized hole into the back of my black Hokas. So if anyone wants to start a GoFundMe for my black Hokas, or if you see me wearing my black Hokas on my Instagram story, just know that there's a massive hole in the back because I've literally just walked probably like 400 miles on them. I'm not even gonna lie. So that is that. You can take another sip of my water. My allergies are going crazy here in Arizona, and I feel like it just dries out my throat. And then I hop on my podcast and start talking for another hour, and that's what dries out my throat further. So anyways, gadgets. I think gadgets are my favorite, honestly. Like, I am such a gadget girly. I love a good gadget. And even when I was a child, my mom would be like, do you really need that gadget? Like, I've always just been like a lover of gadgets. And that love has continued into my adulthood. And I am proud of that. I love a gadget. So my first gadget, number one, I don't know though, these kind of split each other. Number one, I'll say, is the air fryer. Love the air fryer. I rarely go a day where I don't use the air fryer. Like, it is just the best of the best when it comes to cooking food, reheating food. You can cook anything you want in an air fryer. I guarantee it. If you gave me a list of foods and said you have to cook this in the air fryer, I would be able to. I guaranteed. You can cook vegetables in the air fryer, meat, reheat your fries, reheat your pizza, make pizza in the air fryer. I've created everything. Cobblers in the air fryer, brownies, cookies. I have seriously created everything in the air fryer, and I love it. It's easy to clean. It's lovely to use. I have had a couple of air fryers. I think this is my third air fryer now. I love the Ninja air fryer that I linked in my Amazon storefront. It is the best. It seriously makes everything the perfect crispiness. Like, I make chicken thighs in there that I will crave daily. And if you are someone that hates healthy food and you don't have an air fryer, you need to get an air fryer, because you can make food taste like it is unhealthy, so unhealthy, in the air fryer that is actually really good for you. So I am so passionate about the air fryer. If I could be a saleswoman for Ninja, I think I would, because my next favorite is the Ninja Creami. I was debating putting that in first place, but air fryer is more versatile. Like, I make all my dinners in there, lunches. Ninja Creami is a little bit more of a luxury, but let me tell you, I danced around the idea of getting a Ninja Creami for so long because of me being a gadget whore. Okay. I love a gadget. I love investing in all the things, but sometimes I get a gadget and I don't like it. So, like, the fact that these made the list, it means that they are a really good, high quality gadget. So the Ninja Creami is my next favorite. I'm obsessed with it. Like I said, danced around the idea of getting one for a long time, and I wish only regret is I wish I would have gotten one sooner. I know that sounds super cheesy, but I literally am obsessed with it. I have used my Ninja Creami pretty much every single day since I purchased it a year ago. It has probably been ran now 800 times because my boyfriend has also discovered that he likes the Ninja Creami. So that shows that it's actually good, because if the boy likes it, then it means it's really good. And I'm not just brainwashed into eating protein ice cream, but I am obsessed with making protein ice cream in my Ninja Creami. I put scoop of protein powder, milk, cocoa powder, sugar-free Jell-O, whip that up. So freaking good. Put some toppings on it. It literally takes away my entire craving for ice cream. I have not had regular ice cream since getting the Ninja Creami because it's literally that good. If you blindfolded me and you said, which one is a Wendy's Frosty, and there was a Ninja Creami and no Wendy's Frosty, I wouldn't know, because it is that good. So if that doesn't sell you, I don't know what will. But obsessed. The one I got is in my storefront. Absolutely fantastic. And I also bought additional little creamy containers. So on Sundays, I will meal prep all of my creamies for the week. And that way they're all in my freezer. And the only thing is, you have to kind of plan ahead when you are having one. You can't just be like, oh, I want a creamy, and like go into the freezer. Like, you need to plan it beforehand, because you need to freeze the the stuff for the Ninja Creami. So I bought a bunch of different like meal prep ones so then I can have a little bit of variety and be able to pop them in the freezer as needed. My next gadget favorite is the walking pad. The walking pad is so amazing, especially when it turns summer here in Arizona and like getting a walk in at 12 p.m. is just simply not an option. I absolutely love hopping on the walking pad. This saved me when I was doing business consultations and I was on Zoom pretty much like 7-8 hours a day. I would hop on my walking pad. I'd take a meeting on my walking pad. I love it. And seriously, it improves my concentration and my productivity so much when I just hop on the walking pad for a little bit. It really gets my steps up there, gets my blood flowing, gets my brain going and moving, and I love the walking pad so much. The next thing that I love are red light bulbs. Like, Abby, literally, what are you talking about? But for real, I love my red lights in my room. Not only do they like look cute and like moody at night, but they're really good for like your brain winding down when you're trying to go to sleep. So I bought these red bulbs on Amazon and I put them into my lamps, and they're seriously so game changing for just relaxing your brain at night. There's something about red light, and I'm not going to like quote because I'm not a scientist, but there's something about seeing red light at night that helps your body and your brain to unwind. And so I replaced my just like harsh light bulbs. Like, no one wants to be going to bed under like hospital lights. At least I don't. I don't want to have this bright light shining in my face. No, 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 no. I am putting those red lights in and I'm turning those on, and it literally changes the game so much. Like, oh, when I see like a regular light trying to go to bed, it just rubs me the wrong way. So these red lights have been game changing, and they're super cheap. So super easy change and a little thing to just help with your bedtime routine and that wind down, especially for someone that has like a hard time falling asleep and staying asleep. Try doing the red light trick before you go to bed and you will, I guarantee, feel a lot better and be able to sleep quicker too. My next gadget that I love is my Aura ring. Literally love her. We've had her now for 3 years. This is my second Aura ring actually, and I am so obsessed with it. I used to have an Apple Watch and wear an Aura ring at the same time, and I now just wear my Aura ring. I love it for so many different reasons. So number one, I love that it tracks my steps and it doesn't look ugly on my wrist. I love that I can just like throw it on and I don't really notice it at all. Whereas like with my watch, I had to charge it a lot, and it was just something that was like a little bit clunky and bulky. So I wouldn't like want to wear it with like a nice outfit or something like that. Like I always felt like my watch was ruining my outfit because it was. And the amount of photos that my Apple Watch ruined, I should be reimbursed for those because they were not cute. But now my Aura ring, I love. I have the color gold right now. My first one was silver. And what I will say is that the silver one was nice for weightlifting and just like beat bopping around in general because you didn't show the scratches as much. Whereas the gold, I do find it's a little bit more noticeable with the scratch and like the wear and tear, but nothing bad. Like I still wear my Aura ring to go lift. I wear it to golf sometimes. Honestly, that's the only thing I like, don't really wear it a ton to, just because it does kind of mess up my swing. But honestly, I'm not a good golfer in general, so that's probably what it is. But I love it for tracking my sleep. Literally, it's so crazy to wake up in the morning and see a whole sleep analysis on how you slept the night before. And it really motivates me to just like take care of myself, take care of my stress levels. And it's amazing when it does like detect even like when you're getting sick, when you're getting your period. Like it shows so many different things, and you can learn so much about your body through your stats on your Aura ring. So I totally recommend it if you're invested in your health, if you're looking to invest in your health. It really is a fantastic tool. And especially if you are maybe wanting to get rid of your Apple Watch or you are wanting to invest in a fitness tracking device, I have tried both and I have fallen in love with the Aura ring through and through. It is my favorite fitness tracking device that doesn't look ugly and doesn't like add anything repulsive to your outfits. As you can tell, I'm like a fitness girly, but also a fashion girly. The next thing I love is my Renpho scale. So I have this in my Amazon storefront as well. And this scale syncs to your phone. So it's really nice. You don't need to like remember what your weigh-ins were at all. For my clients, I have them weigh in pretty frequently. So it can be a little bit of a pain to be like, what did I weigh this morning? Like when I did my original weigh-in. So this makes it super easy because it just syncs to your phone, and then you can just have all the data right there. So I really love it for that, and it also creates graphs and stuff. And then as far as apps go, that's my last category. We're nearing up on the end of this. But my favorite apps, I love Happy Scale. So my Renfo app, so now we have like a bunch of apps. So the Renfo app connects to the Renfo scale. But then Happy Scale connects to the Renfo app and it imports all of my weights from the Renfo. And you can just use the Renfo like app as well to track the data, but I love data. I love seeing as much data as I can. But Happy Scale is really cool because it tracks your weekly average, it tracks your weights and your fluctuations, and it really helps you to learn a lot about the scale, especially with like how something compares to last month or whatever. So it's something that really educates you on as far as like your weight fluctuations go. It projects trends and all of that fun stuff. So I really love using the Happy Scale app. That's been my favorite app. And I am just like such a data girly, like just love the data. So it's definitely very helpful for that perspective as well. And then MyFitnessPal is my favorite food tracking app through and through. I will never get rid of MyFitnessPal, and I will speak in absolutes. I don't normally speak in absolutes, but I really love MyFitnessPal. I do subscribe for the premium, just yearly version, and it's totally worth every single cent to me. It's super helpful when it comes to like tracking using barcodes and just importing all of it with all the features. Like all the features save me so much time. So I'm such a huge fan of the MyFitnessPal app. But I'm trying to like look through and see if I have any more apps that I like use a lot. But honestly, like those two are my main two ones that I am hopping on daily. And the rest of them, like not so much. So that is all of my fitness favorites. I hope you all enjoyed this podcast. I really enjoyed talking about all my favorites because all of these things, seriously, are my ride or die products. And especially when you've been burned buying other things that just don't work as good, it makes me excited to talk about things that really hit the spot. So make sure if you are interested in anything to check out the description. All the links will be in there. And if you guys do buy something, please send me a DM because I want to know how you like it as well. And if you like it as much as me, which you will. But that's all I have for today. And make sure to like my podcast, subscribe, leave a rating review, all of the things. And I will chat with you all next week. Bye.